So, if you are like every single player that has ever tried to combat these fiends in the wilderness, the camels, you will undoubtedly hate them. However, with the release of the Necromancy skill, there is a rather good method that kind of just alleviates a lot of the frustration and awfulness that is the Camel Warrior. If you are a RuneScape player, please do keep watching. If you are a Jagex employee, then please press the X button in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Thank you. So camels have a feature where if you damage them below a certain amount of HP, they will transform into 3 different camels. So you've got like a shadow, a blood, and a ice, is it? Whatever it is. Anyway, either way, your conjures with Necromancy, they don't care about that. So what you can do is you just click on them, or you summon your conjures, you click on the camels, and then you're good to go. Then you just wait. You just wait. And then when they get a bit low, you just life transfer. But other than that, look, my dudes are popping off. The camels are dying. My skeletons are going crazy. Make sure you activate your skeleton guy whenever you can. Same with the ghosty, actually. I forgot to activate him. But either way, as you can see, it's pretty good. However, this right here is bad. What just happened then was either my aftershock or my crackling went off, and that counts as player damage. So the idea is, ideally, if you want to do these super properly, you don't have crackling or aftershock perks on your gear. So it's a slight problem, but you know, if you just like pay attention to your stacks, I suppose you can, if you want to, like remove your weapon when it's getting quite high. Then it just resets the stacks. And obviously, crackling, you don't really have as much choice, but it's more just, you know, be aware it can happen, and you know, maybe get a gear piece that doesn't have crackling, which might be a bit better for you. It's up to you. Yeah, let me now give you a few tips on how to do this and make it work the best. So step 1 is delightfully easy. Just have revolution off, so full manual on, and don't auto retaliate. What you don't want is your guy firing abilities at the camel at all. Like, you want your conjures to do the entire thing. Although you have an option when they get a bit lower, you can do some big hitting abilities, such as the Death Guard spec, which I have in my EOF there, which can do, you know, a very consistent like 10k plus damage. So that is one way to slightly finish them off faster, but do be careful about using stuff like that a little bit too early. Okay, so next one is you want to go to the settings menu and go to gameplay, skills and experience, and go down to necromancy. And this box right at the top here, you want to make sure this one is blank, because what this will do is stop your guy from attacking whatsoever. So for example, I can click on this guy, but because my auto attack is off, it won't ever fire a basic attack, which is exactly what we want, because of course, if we fired a basic attack, it would eventually, you know, phase and spawn the 3 guys, and that would be a bit bad. So make sure that one is off just for this. Look out for that. Okay, apparently I was cool enough to get a book from these guys. That's nice, a little bit of a lore achievement. But yeah, other than that, just summon your guys. Literally just left click, and then that's all you have to do. Nothing else. Although it is good to command Skeleton Warrior, because he does start hitting very, very hard. And yeah, obviously this is actually better in a player-owned dungeon, just because the camels are a bit closer together. So your dudes have a little bit less to travel, which does work out quite nicely. It's not a huge deal, but it is something to maybe bear in mind. Obviously here, I think my aftershock went off or something there, which did make them phase. So yeah, I'd recommend no aftershock, no crackling, if possible, because it is a little bit annoying when that happens, and it does slow you down quite a lot. But another interesting... oh, I just auto-attacked there, that was my bad. Another interesting fact about these guys is if you use the Death Skulls ability on some camels that are near each other, it will only aggro the first camel. This is kind of another case for the player-owned dungeon, if possible, because if you can use Death Skulls and have it bounce to many other camels, like they don't care. they just don't care. They will eventually just die. With enough death skulls, they will just die. So, you know, camels in dungeon is the best, but it is very doable to do everything out here as well, of course, as I've mentioned. But yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. Obviously, there are no Jagex moderators watching this video because we told them to leave earlier. So yeah, the rest of you are just the player base. That's fantastic. So hopefully you enjoy this. The method is very, very good. Obviously, the more first Necromancy gear you have, the better, just because it makes your guys last longer and do more damage. And your guys are the only things that are going to be doing damage to these camels for the most part. Yeah, the occasional weapon spec or something, but yeah, it works really, really well. I would highly recommend. And yeah, give it a go, see what happens, and then hopefully you can get some luck on that Camel Warrior stuff. Because yeah, that thing is rough, isn't it? That is one of the worst parts about Ultimate Slayer. It really is. And yeah, this might be a good way to get it. So hopefully this method will be out for, you know, at least a while. I wouldn't be surprised if something got changed at some point, but this is what we call an early bird bonus. So don't you guys worry, it's surely fine. But yeah, camels suck, but this method makes them a little bit more bearable. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you again real soon.